And you're doing workshops here in Los Angeles.
Doing workshops, as a matter of fact, you and I are composing one right now. We're putting one together.
Yes.
And two things, but yes, we're doing all of that.
Okay, so we could find you on Facebook, Twitter. You're speaking, you're doing workshops, and you're writing a movie of your life.
Oh, that's right.
Yes.
I just completed a screenplay that may be taken up. It's based on the book, and it's based on the film and some other aspects. It's sort of like a male working class version of Eat, Pray, Love, without the six-figure advance that Elizabeth Gilbert got. But everything. Really, we're at a point now with the work that you do. On a serious note, the work that you do, what I do, is in our own way try to raise consciousness. Because we're at a choice point on our planet today. We're in trouble. We are in serious trouble. We're at a crossroads, and it's really all about raising consciousness. And if we don't do that, we're going to suffer the consequences of the decisions that we've made. Addiction is only a reflection. The opioid crisis is only a reflection of what we're not looking at. We are asleep, and if we don't wake up and start taking action on our own behalf, the earth will be fine, but we won't.
I'm not even so sure about the earth at this
point.
Well,
the earth thinks in terms of geological time. 1,000,000 years to the earth is no big deal. The earth will incorporate everything that we're doing to it and somehow make something beautiful out of it. And that's what we're called to do now. We're called to collaborate, and we're called, the true art of living is taking something that was bloody and painful and miserable and turn that into something beautiful. And what makes it beautiful is where it brings comfort and aid and wisdom to somebody else. And that's what we're called to do. That's what we're called to do. That is our job. Everything else, script writing and book selling and workshops, those are all the periphery. Deep down, underneath all those layers, what really matters is what can we do to help bring a greater consciousness and a greater awakening to the planet and one heart at a time.
Yes. And I think you cannot do it alone.
No.
One of the biggest questions I get is, how did you do this, or how did you accomplish that? And I have no friends. How do you get this? It's like you've got to create a community. If you don't have friends, start with loving yourself first and then reaching out. There's so many places on Facebook or online, meetup groups where find out what you're interested in. Find a group, find a tribe where you could really grow and thrive and start making a difference in the world. Because as we know, the more you give, the more you get.
What I have found is that the moment the two things that I think people overlook is the power of a commitment, and also how good it feels to be generous. I think, and that's really evident all around us. People have forgotten how really good it feels to be generous, how gratifying that is. It's really amazing when you start listening to Arnold Schwarzenegger as a philosophical spokesman. But he said there's no such thing as a self-made man, which I was listening to on YouTube, and it's true. There's no such thing as a self-made man. But I think right now what's happening, and what my interpretation is, this nudge by the universe to collaborate. Because if you there are the superstars like Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Robert Kennedy, John Kennedy, but they got taken out. But they can't take all of us out. They can take a superstar out, and there's something to be said about somebody that is a leader, that is a leader. But we can all be leaders in our own way, in our own community, in our families, within our friendships, to be leaders without being abrasive and obnoxious. And by leadership, I mean living in integrity. And it doesn't mean that you walk around being a saint, because all of us are flawed. I am a profoundly flawed human being. But through my experiences, I've learned to make better decisions in certain aspects of my life, and I've garnered a degree of wisdom that affords me an ability to make better decisions for myself and to share that wisdom with other people. Does it mean that I'm a guru? No, I don't want that responsibility, and I'm not qualified to be that. But I do have those qualities that now I feel compelled to share. To leave the place better than I found it.